sitting out here on a beautiful Sunday morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. You might see my partner walking behind in the background. But I just wanted to further explain domains and hosting. Now with your domain name, as I've written above, I wouldn't recommend just running out buying domain names because it's very expensive. As I said in the text, I would recommend doing that once you've done your market research and you know that you're definitely going to put a product on there, or that you're going to do some research using that domain name. One thing I do recommend doing is buying your own name. So I've got cathudson.com.au, which is my native extension, and also I have Katarina Mikic, which is my real name. I mark it under Cat Hudson because it's easy for people to remember and to spell. So that's a little bit tricky. But, you know, as I've mentioned just briefly about marketing, there's a lot of things psychologically that we do when we're selling and when we're buying. And by reading that influence book, it'll actually trigger off some insights as to why we buy and what our hot buttons are, and you know what triggers us to pull out the credit card. So that is a really good book. But Katarina Mikic, people weren't remembering. When I changed to Cat Hudson, my website traffic tripled. And I think that's got a lot to do with Kate Hudson. It was actually a total mistake. And it wasn't until I sat back and thought about it all that it made sense to me. So by going Cat Hudson, I think people think of Kate Hudson, Goldie Hawn's daughter, the famous actress, and they remember me, and it's easy to spell, and they can come and find me, which is great. If you're a presenter, that is definitely what you want. So you want it to be easy to spell. If your name is really long and confusing and hard to spell, maybe try and think of a catchier name. You don't have to rename yourself, but you can make your website name and what you're going under something, you know, a little bit easier for people to think about. And when I was just talking about how people remember the rhyming names, if it's got an association with something, people will remember those names. So like, say I was working with the Barramundi project, I'd come up with Barramundi, and then the second word would be B, starting with B for the domain name, or Barramundi Secrets, or just something a little bit catchy that people, you know, that domain name, when people see it, they're going to want to click on it because that's the point. So I hope that has helped you out with domain names and hosting. My baby's woken up, so I have to go attend to her. If you have any questions, please jot them down and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.